Hey my dudes, today we're going to talk about something kinda controversial, my favorite. Now this has been an ongoing issue in the Souls games community for like 15 years. It's always been a thing, it's probably never going to go away either, and that is the unhinged hatred of invaders and PvPers as a whole by the PvE audience and the casual players. I don't know if you've noticed, but they fucking despise us. They hate us because of what we are. They hate us because of how we play the game, which is kinda crazy. There's no other beef like this in all of gaming. Now, some invaders hate them back. Some invaders are indifferent to this, and some invaders are sympathetic to them. I'm here to analyze the psychological reasons behind why they hate invaders and PvPers as a whole, because I feel like the reasons they give us are bullshit. So let's talk about it. The PvEers' hatred for invaders is some of the most intense and vitriolic I've ever seen in my life. It doesn't matter what kind of invader you are, or how you play, or whether or not you're sympathetic to the PvEers' supposed plight. No, as soon as they find out you're an invader, or you like PvP, you become an enemy. It's like a switch flips in their brain. They will cuss you out or shun you, one of the two. It is the most unhinged behavior I've ever seen in a gaming community. Sometimes they're even schizo enough to tell invaders that the way they like to play the game is morally wrong or evil, and if they do it, they're just a straight up bad person, which is completely nonsensical because this is a mechanic that's been in Souls games since Demon Souls. That's about 15 years of the same mechanic repeating over and over and over again. Clearly it is the intended experience. It's not like we're cheating or exploiting the game mechanics in any way. No, this is what we're supposed to do. We're playing the game as the developers intended, and somehow these dumb fucks think it's evil. They'll say, "We just want to play with our friends. We don't want to be interrupted by those mean invaders." But the thing is, that's not how it works. Yes, you can summon cooperation in Souls games. That is the sneaky easy mode that Miyazaki includes for people that need help. It's so sneaky, in fact, that you don't even realize it's easy mode. It doesn't make you feel bad for playing it. But make no mistake, yes, summoning is easy mode, and it trivializes Souls games so much that there has to be some kind of counterbalance to that, some kind of difficulty wildcard. And that is why when you summon help in modern Souls games at least, you get invaded. The two things are intertwined. Now, PvEers want to be able to summon help and bulldoze the game without any interruptions from invaders, but that's not how it works, okay? You don't get to have your cake and eat it too. You either get all of the multiplayer or none of it. It tells you this. The game literally tells you this. Which makes it even more insane when they say, "We didn't ask for this. We didn't agree to get invaded." Yes the fuck they did. As soon as they summoned, they agreed to get invaded. They agreed to do PvP. Again, the game literally tells you, as soon as you summon, you are open to invasions. Now, I think, maybe, just maybe, they should consider this. If getting invaded while summoning hurts them so badly that it ruins their experience, maybe they just don't like Souls games. Because that's how it's always gonna be. This is what Souls games are. Anyways, I'm sure you've heard a lot of the bullshit reasons that PvEers give for hating invaders. I gotta say, I've been playing these games for a very long time, since the release of Dark Souls 1. I've had plenty of time to analyze the PvEers' behaviors and listen to the shit they say, and I can confirm that the reasons they give us for hating invaders are bullshit. They're not being honest with us or themselves. The true reasons they hate invaders are many and multifaceted. Now, they'll never admit this to you because it's embarrassing, but the biggest reason that PvEers hate invaders is ego. They got really fragile egos, to put it simply. Let me explain. Have you ever noticed how PvEers will bash their face into the same boss 37 times and die 37 times and love every second of it? They're having the time of their life and they're not afraid to talk about it. But as soon as they die to an invader one time, it's the end of the fucking world. It's unfair, unjustified, or even evil. It's insane the double standard they've got there. It's two different reactions, vastly different reactions to essentially the same thing. Dying in a video game. And the difference is the invader is controlled by a player who is better than them, and that hurts them deep inside. Losing to an invader hurts their ego way more than it does losing to a player in other games because, well, the host team just has every single advantage they could possibly have. They should realistically never lose a fight to one invader, and they know this deep down. They've got Rune Arc, double heals, 3 people, and an infinite army of blues to support them. This makes it really painful to lose to one person that was so much better than them that despite every advantage they had, they still lost, and they know deep down it is entirely their fault for not being any good. If you think I'm wrong about the ego thing, pay attention to what PvEers do when they get invaded. When the invasion first begins and, the host has 2 or 3 guys on his team and everything's going his way, they're hyper aggressive. They seem like they really want to play. They seem like they're having a good time because, the odds are heavily in their favor. But as soon as the turn tables, as soon as 1 or 2 of those phantoms die or they start running out of heals, everything changes. Their demeanor changes. They become more passive. Sometimes they just straight up take off running. Sometimes when they think they're going to lose, they will just straight up give up. They will disconnect, or they'll walk off a ledge or something to deprive the invader of that fight. The real reason they do that is because, well, they think if they disconnect or they didn't try to fight the invader, then they technically didn't lose, so it doesn't hurt their ego as badly. That's the real reason for that behavior. They're trying to spare their own ego. The second biggest reason that PvEers hate invaders is the fact that invaders symbolize adversity. Invaders are an extremely difficult enemy that, PvEers sometimes have a hard time cheesing because there's an actual person controlling it. Now, this has always been a thing. There's always been a contingent of Souls game players that don't actually like adversity or difficulty. They might not even like Souls games as a whole. These type of people are only playing these games because, well, they have a reputation for being hard and they want to get through it so they can say they beat the hard game because that's a flex in casual gamer circles. These types of players do not want to be challenged. They want to cheese their way through the game as fast as they can so they can brag to their casual friends about how they beat it. It's like a trophy to them. Now, keep in mind, this is not all PvEers. This is a subset of the PvE player base. It's always been a thing in Souls games, but it's a lot bigger with games like Elden Ring or Dark Souls 3 because, well, Souls games have reached mass appeal. From Software is a AAA studio now, and with that comes these types of people that don't really care about the game or the series. They just want to beat it to say they beat it, or because it's trendy at the time. The third biggest reason that PvEers hate invaders is the perception that invaders want to bully them. They think that invaders wake up every morning excited to shit in some innocent PvEer cereal. They think that we want to make them as miserable as we possibly can and ruin their playthrough and make sure they never finish the game. This is incredibly stupid and misguided, but that is genuinely what they believe in their heads. I think I can safely speak for most invaders here when I say, first and foremost, we invade because it's fun, because we enjoy it. It's about the thrill of the hunt and nothing else. It was never about bullying PvEers or making them miserable or stopping them from finishing the game. No, we do enjoy becoming a difficulty wildcard in the level. We want to be a challenging obstacle for the host, not to stop them from finishing the level, but just to make it a little more difficult. That's the whole point of invasions, and that dynamic right there is what makes it so fun. Ideally, everyone, including the PvEers, would get some enjoyment out of invasions and appreciate the mechanic for how unique it is, and there are some PvEers that really do enjoy invasions and think it's cool. Some of them watch my channel, but there is such a large contingent of PvEers that fucking despise invasions and they hate us for playing the game as intended, because that's what invasions are, playing the game as intended. They just fucking hate us by default, and to those people, I say, fuck you and your fun. Ours is better, more sophisticated, and if you don't like it, you can always just fuck off and play a different game. Sorry, I got a little carried away there, but now you guys know the real reasons why PvEers hate invaders so viciously. I know we've all been wondering for a long time. They won't tell you this stuff, like I said, because most of it is kind of embarrassing. They'll give you the bullshit reasons from the beginning, but this is the truth nonetheless. Well, if you found this video interesting, you can always like and subscribe, or maybe even dislike if you dislike it. Maybe even hit the notification bell to watch the live streams. And if you're an unhinged invasion hater and this made you angry, you can always just leave a bitchy comment. Not because I care about what you think, but because I want to laugh at your dumb fuck opinion. Have a nice day.